So originally I had like 3 different videos planned that I was going to make today, but this one takes precedence. It is breaking news that the Batman director Matt Reeves sets a multi-year first look film deal at Warner Brothers and re-ups with Warner Brothers Television. That video I made about a week ago of the trouble that the Batman might be in, I think we can safely mark off that video. And once again, I didn't make that video because I believe the rumors. I specifically just made that video because I wanted you guys to be as caught up as I was, and you never know with what has been going on with Warner Brothers lately. Zaslav could have potentially shaken things up even more. But like I imagined, the Batman is safe and we can expect it to move forward. This does come from Deadline, and places like Deadline or Hollywood Reporter, Collider, The Wrap, those websites get their sources straight from people in these industries, in these companies. They probably get their sources from people in these companies, these PR teams that tell them, A, this is what we're doing, make an article about it, because what do I say all the time? These companies want to gauge people's reactions. People like you and me, they want these topics hitting the net because they want to know what we're saying about this, and this in particular is a very good sign. So let's get into this article and see what's in store for Matt Reeves and the future of the Reeves Batman universe. Warner Brothers is going all in on the Batman director Matt Reeves and his production company Six in Idaho. He has become the first filmmaker given an overall first look film deal since Warner Brothers Pictures Group co-chairs, CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi were hired by Warner Brothers. To get a multi-year first look deal, you need to be A-tier talent, if not higher. Like, you need to be super popular with at least one blockbuster under your belt, if not more blockbusters. That obviously works. For example, somebody who has this type of deal under the Warner Brothers brand is Clint Eastwood. I'm also pretty sure Christopher Nolan had that deal as well. It does go to show that they trust his vision, they trust his talent, and they trust his creativity. In addition, Reeves has re-upped with the Warner Brothers Television Group and chairman Channing Dungey, where he is also working on the Batman spin-off series, The Penguin, with Colin Farrell. The Penguin is still happening. That's good to go. Any word on the Arkham series? I don't believe they mention it in this article, so I don't exactly know if that series is still gonna happen. I can only imagine it will, though. Making this legendary studio my home is a dream, said Reeves in a statement. I am so excited to be working with Mike, Pam, and Channing, and our teams to bring captivating stories. I am truly passionate to the big and small screen. Under the terms of the film deal, Warner Brothers Pictures Group's production divisions, Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema, Warner Animation Group, and DC-based films will have first look rights to Reeves' work as a writer, director, and/or producer. Reeves is currently back at work on the sequel, co-writing with Mattson Tomlin the second installment of a DC resuscitation that drew strong reviews and a global gross north of $770 million. Robert Pattinson is back for the sequel as the title character. And the key notice of that paragraph there is Mattson Tomlin is co-writing Batman 2 with Matt Reeves. And for anyone who wants to know who he is, you might recognize him from 2 somewhat popular movies that have been released on Netflix or Hulu. One being Project Power with Jamie Foxx, and the other being Mother/Android with Chloe Grace Moretz. I'm not too familiar with his work because even the projects I just listed there, I haven't seen them. If anyone has seen them, let me know in the comments below what you think of this. But even still, Matt Reeves is still on the case, so I don't see this movie being any worse than the last one. Pam and I gratefully inherited the relationship with Matt from The Batman, and through the beginning stages of planning the Penguin series for HBO Max, DeLuca told Deadline. We were excited to nail down his overall deal because it's a cornerstone of what we want to do with the filmmakers that are working at the studio. We want to create an atmosphere where all of these filmmakers can excel and do their work and stay with us once they are inside the Warner's family. Keeping Matt and creating a home for him to do more projects in the Batman universe, but also originals, was very important to us. Oh, and there you go. In the paragraph below, there is a little mention that says there is also a Batman Arkham series in discussion. Now, it's very interesting. They said they weren't just excited for Matt Reeves to continue Batman, but they were just excited for him to possibly make originals too, which goes to show that he doesn't just need to make Batman content, he can make other content if he so wishes. Now, of course, the next couple of years, I'm gonna say probably the next 5, 6, 7 years, Matt Reeves is going to heavily be focused on Batman content. Think about it, Batman 2, the Penguin show, possibly the Arkham show, Batman 3, and who knows what other shows he might create in the meantime, and if there will be more Batmans, not just 3. But just the fact that the door can stay open for a potential original of his that has nothing to do with DC, or maybe even another character within DC, that is pretty cool. Now, I really like what Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy have to say in this paragraph here. Warner's always had a tradition of being a home base for filmmakers, Clint Eastwood being preeminent among them, DeLuca said. We want to continue that tradition, especially with people we've had success with. We want to create an atmosphere where we get repeat business with these filmmakers. We feel any studio built on the basis of having a roster of filmmakers working at the studio over and over again is a good business strategy, said Abdi. We see it as just essential for the health of the studio to be a vibrant place for writers/directors and for signature filmmakers to do multiple movies with us. They said the studio will empower Reeves to become a cornerstone filmmaker there. Someone like Matt will buy for him whatever he wants to do, DeLuca said. We're making an investment for whatever Matt feels a pull toward in the Batman universe and otherwise. He is an open invitation to go wherever his interests take him. We'll lean into whatever Matt wants to do. In terms of the writer/directors out there working in this very elevated genre space with everything Matt's done, from Let Me In to the Apes trilogy to the Batman, he's in a class by himself. That is some pretty high praise. Now, only if this particular film studio had the right people who actually wanted to do this for Zack Snyder when he was creating his DC universe. The reason why I love what I just read to you guys is because it really shows that the new people under Warner Brothers actually want good filmmakers. They actually want people they can grow brands with. They want Warner Brothers to be that cornerstone, to be the company talked about again, who makes grand content, fantastic entertainment, and Matt Reeves is a person who can give them that. Warner Brothers lost a lot of points. They lost a lot of people over the years. Sending all their movies to HBO Max without even discussing other options or discussing the option of releasing it to streaming services with their directors and producers. Literally pushing Christopher Nolan away and making him now go to Universal Studios. Pushing Zack Snyder away and now he's making movies for Netflix. And I'm sure there are countless other directors, producers, writers, and even actors who don't feel the best towards Warner Brothers within the past couple of years, but now this is their chance to change that. Under the new management, they can bring Warner Brothers back to the top as an actual good company to work for. That is not just a statement on how much they love what Matt Reeves brings to the table. That is also a statement of how they know the company has gone down a very wrong path and how much they are willing to right those wrongs to bring back Warner Brothers to its glory days. So there you go. The Reeves Batman universe is safe. Penguin is on the way. Batman 2, even though it is years away, is on the way. And who knows, we might still get that Arkham show. Now, of course, we still don't know what the future holds regarding his universe and the DC cinematic universe. I mean, you look at it in another corner of Todd Phillips' Joker, that has nothing to do with a wider connected 10-year plan for DC, the plan that David Zaslav has. So if that can exist, I'm sure Batman can exist on its own as well. This is all dependent on who David Zaslav wants to make the main Batman for this connected universe. Is it going to be Ben Affleck coming back to play the role? Is it going to be somebody else they're going to cast for the role? Or is David Zaslav going to somehow find a way to enter an agreement with Matt Reeves where Robert Pattinson will be introduced into a Justice League and be connected universe Batman? That is still unknown. We have no idea what they're doing there. Personally, I will be honest, I don't want another recasting of Batman. I just think we're having so many different versions of these characters. It would be amazing if we could get Robert Pattinson to just do the Matt Reeves verse and also be in a connected universe. But at the end of the day, Batman is Batman. I'll take Batman wherever I can. But now, guys, it is your turn to let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this news. And when it comes to other projects that Matt Reeves could work on, primarily focused within DC, because original content, there's no way to know what he could make. But within DC, what other projects could he make? Do you guys think he would go outside of the Batman realm and try his hands at another DC property? But that's all I got for you on this one, guys. And until next time, I will talk to you all very soon.